In this video, we cover off some of the hints and tips when it comes to installing our Duporth High-Low Assisted Bath with seat. It is important that your installers watch this video and also follow the installation guide which is provided. In the pack that comes with the bath, we provide the technical booklet. This covers all the information on the sizing of the bath, the positioning, the layout of the hot and cold feeds and waste, etc. and including the full installation guide. A user guide is also provided. This needs to be left with the bath upon completion of the installation for the care home or the end user to make sure they keep for their records. We also include a completion certificate. Please make sure this is completed and return to Protec so we're able to log and validate your warranty. Protec baths are provided with 22mm hot and cold push fit feeds along with a flexi waist. Please note, depending on what is run in the care home, some adapters or fittings may be required from the installers to make sure this all works correctly. It may be that you want to bring the hot and cold and the waste within the bath perimeter. Please bear in mind, access at this point is very tight, so it may need to be some adaptation or additional cable tying back of the wires and pipe work to make sure there's no binding when the bath is moved up and down. Get your bath into the desired position, then remove the transportation casters. Drop it down on the floor and mark the positions. Packers are supplied with the bath. These are very important, these are used. They can be up to 50mm in thickness. These need to make sure they're sat on the floor and the foot plates are down on top of them to protect the foot plates and the inner workings of the bath from any water ingress if there's to be puddling on the floor. It's very important these are used. If they're not used, it could mean that the panel system binds with the floor or creates a trap hazard when the bath is lowered. Please make sure that there's no buried services such as underfloor heating or pipework. It may be necessary to drill as much as 100mm deep at these points at the foot ends. Again, more information will be covered in the installation guide. We provide threaded studs to use with the fitting and recommend the use of chemical fixings for a concrete floor. However, please check the substrate on your project to make sure the fixings will be adequate. Quick tip, at this point it may be necessary to add the inner and end panel that's going closest to the wall. It might be the fact that once your bath is fixed to the floor, access is too tight to get these panels in. More information on fitting these will be covered a little bit further in the video. Again, full information on this is provided in the user guide. Now we need to connect the electrical supply and the battery backup system. This can be found underneath the bath. We leave this unplugged so that the battery doesn't drain in transit. Please make sure this is connected and the control box lid put in place. This will be included within the fixing pack of the bath. Once connected, fire up the bath and lift it to its highest point to give you more access when it comes to connecting hot and cold and waste. It's very important once these are connected to check there's no binding as the bath high-low function is carried out. It may be necessary to cable tie back or change the position of some of the pipework, of some of the flexi pipework to make sure everything runs smoothly. Then turn on the water connections and make sure you check for any leaking. A point to note on the TMV3, please note these come set by the manufacturer. However, it will be necessary to check the water temperature and adjustment will be needed to ensure it's between 38 and 40 degrees, in line with our installation guide. Now at this point we need to position the inner panels. Please note, do not fit these yet as they will need to be checked for positioning once the rest of the panel system is installed. We now need to fit the end panels. Previously in this video I mentioned this might need to be done on the tap end before the bath is fixed to the floor, so access can be gained to get the screw fixings in here. These are all pre-drilled so you just need to fire the screws through and put the covers on. Fixing packs are provided in the bath. These are typically stuck to the panels, so you know which goes with which. These panels wrap around and are also fixed in the underside of the bath to the timber substrate in here. It's very important flat-headed screws are used here to avoid any cracking of the panels. A little tip when fastening the screws into the underside of the bath on the panels: it might be necessary to use an extension piece or a flexible driver bit so you're able to gain access and fix these in correctly. Please do not over tighten these screws. Now that our end panels are fixed in place and secured, we now need to fit our slide panels. These come provided with hook and loop tape to the back of the panels. This is all done, so all you need to do is just lift these up into position. Taking the panel, you want to support it along the bottom of it, and you want to just slot the top up into the groove, making sure the panel is centralised either end, and then holding up as close as you can, push back and make sure the Velcro engages either end and in the middle. Once that's done, this means you can easily then put the secure fixings in just to hold it in position at the top. There'll be a screw fixing positioned at either end. Again, a little tip: the panel that the handset goes on has a little cutout in the top. The handset needs to be brought up, slotted through that, brought out the other side so it can be hung on its holder here. Now we need to position and fix the inner panels. Make sure that there's no binding as the panels go up and down. Once you're happy with the position, mark them and fix them down. Again, more information is included in the installation guide on how to do this. Some hints and tips on fitting the shepherd's crook. This all comes made up and wrapped. You just need to slot the bar down through the hole. This is secured with a bolt to hold it in position at the right height. Please note that these covers do not come stuck to the bath. They're left off and just need a bead of silicone or sealant or suitable adhesive to hold these in position once the shepherd crook is installed. Now it's time to commission the installation. This sheet will take you through step by step what you need to do. Please note, make sure a copy of this is sent to Protec fully filled out so we can register and validate your warranty. This takes you through every step, making sure we're recording the temperatures and any other spa options that are on the bath. If your bath is a simple one and doesn't include these, just put a line through it. Make sure care home staff, manager or care team are aware of how to use the bath. Make sure you record this. Again, this is the final check and declaration that you signed it off. You just need to circle the correct bath that's been installed, sign it yourself, and again make sure someone there on site, either staff member or manager, signs to make sure that you have the relevant signatures. The user guide is supplied with the bath. Please make sure this is left with the manager or staff so they have a copy. This takes them through all the information they need for the operation, for any servicing and maintenance, information on the bath itself, cleaning the bath, right through to disposal at end of life. Thank you for watching this short video. We trust it's been beneficial and helps you when you come to install your Protec bath. If you have any questions whilst on site, please do not hesitate to give us a call. Our number is 01726 438 694. All the best with your installation.